Hi Falcons! Today we're going to be solving more multi-step equations, and this starts on page 11 in your packet. So if you could find page 11, we're going to be using all the things that we learned with Miss Jeffries the other day, and still following those same steps where first we will distribute if there's any distributing to be done. We will highlight those like terms and combine them, and then solve the equations as usual. So we're going to do a few of these together today, and then the rest of them will be your practice for tonight. So we're still going to check our solutions in our calculators when we're finished. So number one, let's go ahead. I see parentheses, so we're going to distribute this. We would have 4 times j, and then 4 times a negative 7 would be minus 28 is 12. And now I'm ready to solve. So I'm going to add 28 to both sides. And you have 4j equals 40. Divide by 4, and j equals 10. Okay, any step along the way that you are not sure of, I would be checking with my calculator just to make sure. The other way to check it is at the end, and then if you're wrong, you can go back and check your calculations. So what I'm going to do is put in 4 parentheses 10 minus 7, and I should get 12, and I do. Okay, that's how you check your work. You just put it right in the calculator. So number 2, we have a fraction. Well, same thing because we're still using calculators. So I'm going to take 5 halves times 2, which gives me 5k, plus 5 halves times 10 would be 25, equals 40. Now I'm ready to solve. I don't have anything to combine, so I subtract 25 on both sides. 5k is going to equal 15. We divide by 5. And k equals 3. So again, let's check our work. So we're going to come back, we're going to do 5 halves, and then parentheses 2 times 3 plus 10, and we should get 40, and we do. Okay, so again, it's just checking your work. Once you've typed it in, I would look back at the calculator to make sure you typed in exactly like it was written. Okay, number 3, I look and I see I have the distributive property, so I'm going to start there. 14p plus 21 minus 8 is negative 29. I'm going to combine my like terms, so when I look at this, the things that are the same are my constants right here. So I have 14p, and if you want to put that in your calculator, 21 minus 8 is 13. So 14p plus 13 is a negative 29. I would subtract 13 from both sides and get 14p is negative 42. Divide by 14, p is negative 3. So again, let's check our answer. We're going to come over here. We put in 7 parentheses 2 times 3 plus 3 minus 8. And I got 55. So something's wrong there. I think it was the way I typed it in. 7 times 2 times 3 plus 3 minus 8. It's negative 3. There we go. 7 times 2 times negative 3 plus 3 minus 8. And I got the negative 29. So again, you can see how checking your answer is helpful, and then checking to see that you typed in exactly what you had. All right, number 4. You will notice this is a little bit different. You've got to distribute twice before you start. So I see that I have this problem and I have this problem. I'm going to go ahead and do both of those at the same time. So negative 7 times 4 is negative 28. And a negative times a negative is a positive 7g. Then I have a negative 3 times g. And a negative 3 times a negative 2 would be a positive 6. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and highlight my terms that are the same and rearrange. Now again, if your brain is ready to do this without highlighting, you may go ahead and just rearrange when you see this. So 7 take away 3 would be 4g, and then I have a negative 28 plus 6 would be negative 22. Okay, the next step, I'm going to divide my two sides. I'm going to add 22. 4g equals 0. You would divide by 4, and g is still 0. Yes, it's okay to get 0 as an answer. So let's go ahead and check our answer then with the calculator. We're going to take negative 7, parenthesis, 4 minus 0, minus 3, parenthesis, 0 minus 2, and I get negative 22. Okay, so just put them back in to check them. We're going to do 2 more of these and then a couple on the back. Number 5, I want you to go ahead and work on your own and then come back to check your answer. So if you distribute, you get 12c plus 15 equals 24. I would subtract 15 on both sides. And I get 12c equals 9. Divide by 12. And you're going to get c equals 3/4 or 0.75. Okay, either answer would be fine. Let's plug them back in to check our work. 3 times 4 times 3/4. Oops. Plus 5. And that equals 24. So it works. And number 6, you see there's 2 distributive properties that need to be distributed. So go ahead and do that. Find your answer and we'll come back. So I have 2a, 2 times negative 1 would be a negative 2. 3 times a is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, and again, I'm going to find my terms. I have a 2a and a positive 3a. We have negative 2 and positive 3. So I can combine like terms and put them together, which gives me 5a plus 1 equals 109. I would subtract my 1. 5a is 108, and we're going to divide by 5. 108 divided by 5 gives me 21.6. So let's try this. 2 parenthesis 21.6 minus 1 plus 3 parenthesis 21.6 plus 1, and I got 109. Okay, there's a couple that are a little bit trickier that I'd like to work with you that are on the back side, and then you will finish the rest of these for practice. Show all your work and then make sure you enter them into Schoology. So let's look at number 17 here. There isn't any distributive property, so all I have to do is combine like terms, and I see that negative x plus 8. Remember, when there's nothing here, that's a 1. So negative 1 plus 8 would be 7x minus 9. Remember, it's commutative, so I can put it in any order I would like to put the add-ins. And then I add 9. 7x negative 23 plus 9 is negative 14. Divide by 7, and x is negative 2. Okay, let's check. Negative 9 minus negative 2 plus 8 times negative 2, and we get negative 23. Okay, so the negatives can be a little bit tricky. Make sure you're not guessing at the answer, and you always check with the calculator if you're unsure. So now we have distributive property for number 19. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have 8, and then I have negative 3x, and a negative 3 times a negative 4 is a positive 12. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and combine my terms that are the same. So you have 8, and you have a positive 12. So 8 plus 12 is 20. So I have negative 3x plus 20 is 4. Now I can subtract 20 on both sides. I have negative 3x equals negative 16. Divide by negative 3. And you get x equals 5 1/3. So again, this turns out to be a repeating decimal. And we don't want to use a repeating decimal if it doesn't terminate. So you want to change it to fraction form. So you get 5 1/3. So now let's check our answer. We're going to take 8 and subtract 3, parenthesis, 5 1/3 minus 4. And we should get 4. Yes. Okay. So you are going to complete the rest of the practice and then enter them into Schoology. Remember to show your work because you're going to be taking a picture of some of the problems and entering that as well so we can see how you're doing. All right. Have a good day, Falcons.